let's get into our next topic. I think we talked enough about the Hornets. We are strictly balls business, strictly balls business this time. Episode 41, and we're talking about the Detroit Pistons and what they are going to do this offseason to get to greatness next year, and what are their goals for next year. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So the Detroit Pistons, they just had a fantastic rookie season out of Cade Cunningham. They have, is it the fifth overall pick. And so they're going to be able to add to this team that's got a couple of solid players outside of Cade with Saddiq Bey. And, that's about it, to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jeremy Grant. You're right. Jeremy Grant and Killian Hayes fucking sucks. I'm just kidding. Last time we did a Pistons video, somebody was a big Killian Hayes defender.
Yeah, they were all about him. You were wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong. A season's gone by, and you were wrong.
You gave us all that shade, but we're back here still talking about it.
Yes, but the Detroit Pistons, I mostly have positive feelings about this squad because they've got some, bright young players, it looks like, and a good draft pick this season. And I like their head coach. I think that they're definitely in a good direction. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs this year. I think it's going to still be at least another season or two. East is a lot stronger than it used to be.
Yeah.
So just don't really see that happening quite yet. But I certainly think if they decided to be competitive and made some moves this offseason that surprised us, anything's possible.
Yeah. I mean, I think their priority is looking to see what you get trying to find that second star. I mean, you showed a lot of growth out of Saddiq Bey. He was looking great. And they did, all things considered, Marvin Bagley was looking really good at the end of the season. He was finally got the room he wanted. He was very less expectations. He was looking good. Obviously, Jeremy Grant's just a fringe level 20-point per game scorer. You get good defense out of him. But so the guys I'm thinking they pull another wing, a two guard, replace Killian Hayes, play next to Saddiq Bey. I think you give Isaiah Stewart another year. I was very unimpressed by his season. I thought he could have done a lot better. I had high hopes for him going into this as a starting center, and he just didn't impress me at all or anything. But I think you give him another year, see how that goes. So I say if Jaden Ivey falls, he's a shoo-in. He's the guy. He's your next two guard. He's it. Or Shaedon Sharpe. I think they'll get a chance at either one. I don't think Shaedon Sharpe's going 4. I think they'll get either one. And I think Shaedon Sharpe's more of a mystery, but you get that talent next to Cade, and that's going to move forward. I think you do have your number one. I think you have your star going, moving into your rebuild. I think that's a lot of weight off people's shoulders. He struggled at the beginning of the season. But I think now's the time you start putting vets around him. You get shooters. You build an archetype for a playoff team.
I agree. I mean, you're building the framework here, and I think they really were hoping that you hit on every draft pick, but that's not totally realistic in a rebuild. So you take as many shots as you can, and hey, they've done a pretty good job here so far in getting the talent that they can. So I don't think they're too many drafts away. I think 1 or 2 more good drafts and a free agent here or there, and they're going to have a fucking great squad that, by the time Cade is really blooming, they will be looking at a top 3 seed for years, no doubt.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at two very homegrown teams in the finals right now. So I think they certainly
the Final Four all
do it. Oh yeah,
yeah, lots of. I think over the history of time, just in the league, you'll find that you need to draft well in order to make it far, unless you're the Lakers or the Heat. You need to draft well.
Yeah.
And even those teams, they did draft well in a lot of their great seasons. They drafted Magic Johnson, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did. So. Yeah, MJ. Their draft is going to go well, but I think you just get some vets in to show them. I think Patty Mills, if he opts out, would be a great vet to sign. I think he would be there's a lot to learn. Even Dennis Schroeder, I think there's a lot to learn for these young teams, and Schroeder could play that 6-man role, like we've said that he excels in, like in OKC. I think vets like even Boucher, backup center, or maybe your full-time center if Stewart doesn't work out. Kyle Anderson, I think would be a great vet in the ears of these young guys. Even I would just love to see Bruce Brown on this team. He's an energy player, defense. He can do anything you need him to, and I think he would be a dog. He could really start to he could get in himself, start to breed that culture of defense, and I think he's that type of player coming up, like a Jose Alvarado or Pat Beverly or Marcus Smart. I think he's like the very small. He just has to build that personality up because he single-handedly was the Nets defense for years. So I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think that could work out. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what direction these guys go this offseason. I think typically with a team this young, they're not going to make a ton of crazy splashes. They're most likely just going to make the pick and maybe get a free agent. But I don't know. I think a big question is whether or not they're going to trade Jeremy Grant. That is something I'm going to be watching. And what do they get back from that? What do they use that compensation that they get back to propel themselves forward? This is going to be a really interesting season for them, or off season for them. See where things improve here.
Yeah, and I'm with them keeping Jeremy Grant. He's obviously really good. He can play the 3. He can play the 4. You can have Marvin Bagley come off the bench. Maybe you play with some lineups if you don't get a 2 in this draft, or you want to have them come off the bench with Cade, Sadiq, Jeremy, Bagley. I mean, there's a lot of flexibility. And I think he wants to stay there. So be like, all right, man, we'll stay on your timeline. If you want to stay here, we'll love to have you. We'll love to pay you. You're still a great talent. He's a two-way player, and there's no harm in having him on that team.
Yeah, no harm at all. I mean, you bring in as much talent that wants to be there, and if he's having a good time and he wants to continue playing there, then all the power to him. Yeah. Some guys like just getting paid a shitload of money and playing basketball on a team with coaches they like. That's enough sometimes. Like, people always get mad at Bradley Beal for wanting to leave Washington. It's like, well, he's comfortable and he makes millions and millions and millions of dollars. Maybe he just doesn't want to move.
Oh, yeah. My last thing, and we've talked about him a lot today, is I do think the Pistons could also be a great landing spot for Colin Sexton. I think he would play next to with the people that they have.
That would be great.
I would love to have him.
That would be great. I mean, that would really accelerate them. I feel
that's box office. That's a team that I think would be really exciting.
Yeah, I feel that's the type of scoring they need to just be able to pencil into their lineup every night and not have to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the starting 3 like that with Cade, Sexton, and Sadiq Bey. I mean, Sadiq Bey put up a 50-piece last 50. He put up 50, right? Last season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was crazy.
That'll be insane. I think they would be super exciting to watch with Jeremy Grant and Marvin Bagley there. I don't know. It's a young team. I'd love to watch them. I'm definitely going to be watching team though. So Colin Sexton, Spurs or Pistons?
Spurs or Pistons? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Colin Sexton's on the move this offseason. The fit doesn't make sense in Cleveland. So I'm really excited to see where he ends up, because maybe it'll be kind of his choice.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, and we'll see what other teams value him as and what the Cavs value him. So it'll definitely be a sign and trade. So I think he's going to be the biggest name where we're wondering where he's going, aside from Zach LaVine. Yeah, Zach LaVine, Colin Sexton, maybe Kyrie Irving. There's definitely, going to be a little bit of movement. Maybe Julius Randle, guy to look at as well. But yeah, I'm excited, Hey guys, like and subscribe to the video. If you guys have any ideas for videos, put them down below. If you guys want to talk about it, want us to talk about a trade, put it below. Like, if you want us to talk about anything, put it below. Put anything below.